Nothing like a fresh, clean shower, everybody. Welcome back to the channel here. Let's hope all of you guys are having an awesome start to your day. So let's go ahead and see what today is on our agenda for the list here, everyone. Many of us reptile keepers, always try to socialize our animals, trying to become, the most socialized creatures, as much as possible. But there's a few reptiles out there in the reptile community, actually, that really they kind of prefer to be left alone, and there's some that, a few that don't like to be handled, so I figure let's go ahead and maybe talk about the few reptiles that actually prefer probably not to be handled at all. I figure I showed you guys my girl Ellie, you guys eating for the first time. It's been quite a long time since we've seen her take a meal here, and lately, she's been kind of a bit finicky about food, but when I try to kind of like touch her with it, she does respond to it and she does seem interested. And just moments ago, she did take her first meal and literally within like a month. So, and obviously, I guess it's been kind of my fault because over the last few weeks, I've been kind of so busy, whether if it's doing something fun on a weekend or work related at the hospital, and I've been so kind of tired out from all that kind of stuff, and sometimes I get sidetracked from feeding my animals, you guys, and let me tell you, it's not fun getting sidetracked, and then obviously my animals mean a lot to me, and I gotta remember that, you guys, because these are living creatures, they obviously gotta eat, you guys, to stay alive, and drink some water, all that kind of important nutrition in them. So, but with that being said too, this girl is like 5-6 years old, and she could literally probably go on another few more months without food, to be totally honest with you. So it's obviously kind of nice though that she's back on food. So hopefully here in a couple more weeks we'll give her another one. So the first one of the few reptiles that probably shouldn't be handled a lot is going to be this one right here, and it's something that really I didn't even realize until a couple years ago. And well, let's just say a friend of mine found out the hard way about handling a tokay gecko. But before I show you guys this clip, you guys, it is a little funny. I'm going to say that for sure. It is kind of funny. But tokay geckos, they are cute and they stay small. But for some reason, they always have a negative attitude with them. I don't know if it's maybe just because they're not used to maybe socializing. Well, I guess that would make sense too, because sometimes after doing some research on tokay geckos, I kind of figured out that they actually sometimes they can be territorial, and especially when there's other males tokay geckos nearby, they will literally fight each other for literally dominance for the territory. So it would make sense why they probably would not be so friendly when they're being handled, and I guess it would make a lot of sense. So don't get me wrong though. They are a cool display animal. You can still try and socialize with them, but it's probably very, very hard to do. And even some of the most experienced reptile keepers do have a very hard time with it. So I'm going to show you guys this real clip of my friend Brian finding out the hard way about handling a tokay gecko. Again, it is kind of funny. So shout out to Brian though. Love you, man. Roll the clip, people.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Got you.
Ow!
So okay, this one's a little bit kind of sort of an animal that really you don't have to handle, but it's optional. So anywho, you guys, talking about day geckos. Day geckos have been around in the pet trade for literally for so long, and I have not owned myself, but I have seen them on display before, and they are really a really awesome looking gecko. Now, normally I wouldn't say they're entirely a animal you could handle constantly, especially for like unfamiliar day gecko pet owners like me, you guys, because obviously, unlike other species of geckos out there, giant day geckos, I guess, but all species of day geckos, their skin texture is a little bit different. It's actually more soft, and what's even more interesting about it, it's actually easy to tear as well. So it's always best, if you are going to try and handle your day gecko, it's always best to be very extra gentle with it, because its skin can be pretty sensitive actually. So it makes a lot of sense on that one, and that's why I guess some people might not handle them too often, is because of how delicate their skin is. So But I mean, if you want to at least give it a try, you know, and maybe if you guys have any luck with it. But again, just like be very gentle with the skin on it. Like I said, the research already stated that their skin is a bit delicate. So, but nonetheless, though, they're not that feisty at all. They don't show any interest in trying to bite you if you try to handle them, you know. But sometimes they are just, you know, they kind of prefer to be kind of more of a display animal. But I guess it's different for everybody. So, I mean, if I might get a day gecko, maybe I'll try to practice it. But one of these days, I hope I get one. So this next one that really doesn't like to be handled is actually kind of mildly venomous, but it's recently been starting to gain some popularity here in the reptile community for the last several years, and that of course would be mangrove snakes. And the reason obviously mangrove snakes usually are not a handleable snake is because it's not because they're mildly venomous or anything like that. They're just known to have this kind of a bit of an attitude with them, because normally these snakes are arboreal species usually that are rarely seen on the ground, and usually when they are usually either handled by an animal or a human being like us, for example, they're not that thrilled about it. So obviously they're gonna get ready to S up and actually strike at you constantly, and sometimes they'll open their mouth actually as a defense, kind of an intimidation, trying to warn you, saying, hey, I'm probably gonna bite you. And of course these guys do get pretty big. They can get about 5-7 foot long, and these guys are in captivity eating frozen rodents, but I think in the wild they eat a variety of different things in the wild. So, but captive breeding has been going on for the last few years, but if you guys have noticed, the majority of the ones that are in captivity, usually not many reptile keepers handle them quite often, because obviously because they do have quite a bit of a temper on them, but also it's because, you know, with the mild venom in them, they probably don't want to risk taking a bite. So it obviously would make a lot of sense. But then again though, they're a beautiful animal on display, you guys, with that jet black color on them with the red bands on them. It's just absolutely amazing, you guys. And they are kind of hard to come by too, because they are starting to become expensive. So do I plan on adding any venomous snakes to my collection? Probably not, but who knows? It could change. So anywho, you guys, that's obviously another one that's probably not a good one to handle unless you've had some experience from a professional trainer for you. So, but nonetheless though, still an absolutely amazing looking animal to look at, right? Yeah, hello? Yeah, hey, what's going on? Hey, yeah, I did order that shit. I did order it, yeah. Okay, so it should be coming in this Friday? Okay, thank you so much. Alright, yeah, I really appreciate it. Hey, can I call you back? Alright, thank you so much. Alright, bye. What am I hearing over here? What is that am I hearing? What in the world? What did you guys think of that? That one was absolutely awesome, you guys. Now, disclaimer, that was not a real T-Rex outside of my front yard, you guys. It just absolutely was so cool to use the app, you guys, Jurassic World Alive. You guys, go ahead and download it below, you guys, and the link's going to be into the description if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. Actually, you know what? I guess I won't leave a link down in the description, so if you guys have an Android phone or an iPhone, go ahead and go to your local app store, you guys, and go ahead and download Jurassic World Alive, you guys. It's absolutely a fun game. It's kind of like Pokemon Go, but with dinosaurs in it, and let me tell you, this game has been absolutely fun, you guys. I've had this game now for about close to 4 years, and has not disappointed me whatsoever, you guys. And that's because also later this Friday, you guys, in 2 more days, we got the premiere of Jurassic World Dominion dropping, you guys. So stay tuned for that one, because I am super stoked about it, everybody. And whew, that T-Rex, let me tell you, it was starting to make me sweat some bullets. So for this last one, you guys, it's been a pretty popular reptile in the reptile community for a number of years now. And now that lately, for the last 10, 12 years, there's been so many different morphs of them that have been produced, and it is just absolutely so fantastic, you guys. And let me tell you, it's not venomous, but it's also kind of a bit cantankerous as well. And that animal would be, you guys, is an Amazon tree boa. And obviously, when it comes to, arboreal species, you guys, obviously, like I mentioned about mangrove snakes, they're known to be kind of a bit of a temperamental species, kind of a bit of an attitude. But sometimes there are some captive-born babies that you can try and make them docile, but handling socializing time like that takes quite a bit of while. So with Amazon tree boas, it's kind of the same situation. When they're born hatchlings, you guys, they are starting out kind of a bit feisty, but with proper handling and socializing from time to time, you can get them to become more docile as they mature, but it's not that seen too often in the reptile community, so it's better off to leave them as a display animal. But nonetheless though, there are so many different mutations of like paint jobs of them out there, it's absolutely beautiful. So, but nonetheless though, I think I'm considering possibly of getting an Amazon tree boa, but I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below if I should ever get one, because they are neat looking animals, but at the same time though, is it actually really worth actually in trying to get one? So while there are very few reptiles in our community that really kind of prefer not to be handled or touched a whole lot, but a majority of them actually don't really seem to be bothered by us when we are interested in gently touching them or even trying to handle them, because we really want them to be socialized, and to actually know that we are not a danger to them. But I guess there's always sometimes different species of animals, certain reptiles out there that kind of just want to be left alone. So, but nonetheless though, I hope you guys actually learned a little bit on today's vlog, you guys. So I'm really stoked, you guys, also for this upcoming Friday, you guys. I am going to see the new Jurassic World movie. But let me know in the comments below and tell me what you guys think about the upcoming movie. Do you think it's going to be awesome, or do you think it's going to be a bust? Because right now, I'm not going to try and say a whole lot about it. So I haven't seen it yet. I'm not trying to say I've seen it, but I will see it this Friday. So regardless, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, everybody. So I promise I'll see y'all in the next one.